The following is a station editorial.
This is Holland Redfield. What in the name of heavens was on the mind of the GERS board in seeking a reduction of the down payment requirements on mortgages from 10 to 5%? Someone needs to pinch me so I know whether I'm awake or asleep. This one takes the cake. This is truly a head-scratcher. I guess we have learned nothing from what has taken place in the real estate market in the United States, which has led us to the worst economy since the crash of 1929. In context, what we are seeing with the GERS is a total disregard of the lessons learned in the United States, which has undermined the stability of the GERS system. This may be politically correct, but it seduces the borrower into a false sense of well-being, as well as putting the GERS at an unnecessary risk, jeopardizing once again the viability and stability and the obligations that it must meet to its retirees. We see this as a betrayal of its fiduciary responsibilities to its members. Let's take a look at just how sick the system is. For starters, it has a $1.2 billion unfunded liability. What these figures mean is that they have promised to pay out $1.2 billion more that they will actually be able to pay out. Let's look a little closer at this deficit, which has seen an annual income fall far short of annual payouts. In fiscal year 2008, the actual income of the GERS was $105.5 million, which sounds like a tidy sum, except when you look at the payout, which was $168 million. There is a $62.5 million shortfall. Don't we all wish we could balance our checkbooks that way? To make matters worse, the total value of the retirement system portfolio has dropped in the past year from $1.2 billion to $968 million, a loss of $331 million, or about 25% reduction in the actual value of the portfolio. Truly a scary place to be. Let there be no mistake about what this means. That is that the $1.2 billion shortfall is really more like $1.6 billion. And that ratio between benefits paid and the fund's value is even weaker than before. This very well could be the epitaph of the retirement system and has put in jeopardy the very survival of more than 7,000 existing retirees. We will not let this issue go until we see the GERS move on an emergency basis to correct these deficits and deficiencies. We call on our leaders to act responsibly and put aside politics and make the hard decisions which need to be made to save the system, and do it now. Of course, we understand the politics of this issue, but isn't taking a good dose of castor oil the right thing to do right now? Those in the retirement system have got to be given the unpleasant truth of how they fit in to this equation. We know it's going to hurt, but it is essential that the system be saved.
Please email your comments to our editorial department. Our email address is editorial@viradio.com. Please include your name and other contact information.